Hello, I'm Andy the Maniacal Cinephile.
At least I hope so. We are wearing his underwear.
There really hasn't been anything at the theater that I wanted to check out this month, but I kept seeing articles online about The Void this, The Void that, have you seen The Void? So I decided to rent it.
I broke into a red box.
The Void is a crowd-funded horror film shot in Canada. Sorry. The film was written and directed by Stephen Kostanski and Jeremy Gillespie of Astron 6, which is a small production company known for producing low-budget independent horror movies. And wouldn't you know it, it turns out I already own and enjoy one of their films. So here are my thoughts on their latest offering, The Void. When Officer Carter discovers a blood-soaked man limping down a deserted road, he rushes him to a dilapidated hospital staffed by a skeleton crew.
Skeletons? I wouldn't want health advice from skeletons.
The hospital is then surrounded by cloaked cult-like figures.
I can't see.
Then a nurse transforms into something inhuman.
What is...
President Trump's next appointee.
Trying to protect the others, Carter leads them into the burned remains of the hospital's basement, where a Resident Evil game is taking place. The Void falls under the subgenre of Lovecraftian horror, named after author H.P. Lovecraft. The emphasis is on the cosmic horror of the unknown, and sometimes unknowable. That ordinary life is a thin shell over a reality that is abstract and alien in comparison, that merely contemplating it would drive an ordinary person insane. So the third act may lose some people. Uh-oh. Good Andy. Hey.
Whoops, we lost one!
Some may complain that the ending is too nonsensical, to which I reply, nightmares don't always make sense.
That would explain Manos, the Hands of Fate.
I wish I could talk more about the plot, but the less you know beforehand, the better. We first meet the junkie, James, who is being pursued by Vincent and his son Simon for reasons I won't disclose. Our most developed character is Officer Daniel Carter, who takes James to the hospital where Carter's estranged wife Allison works as a nurse. Things haven't been going so well between them after losing their baby.
Aw, it's okay. I started babysitting on the side, and I've lost plenty of babies.
At the hospital is Dr. Richard Powell, Nurse Beverly, intern Kim, pregnant girl Maggie, her grandfather Ben, and good old Cliff. Actually, I don't know much about Cliff, but I just like saying good old Cliff. And it does not take long for things to get weird.
Beverly?
This isn't my face.
Then you should probably put it back where you found it.
Lastly, we're introduced to State Trooper Mitchell, who worked with Officer Carter's father. It appears that Carter is following in his father's footsteps.
Meanwhile, we sit in our father's old butt print.
The acting is solid, and the cast is a bunch of unknowns, at least to me. But if I had to criticize something, it would be that a few key characters and relationships could have been fleshed out more. The most noteworthy thing about The Void is the remarkable practical effects and the little to no CGI. These creatures are big and insane.
It's kind of like the Brundlefly on steroids.
The practical effects were made possible by Indiegogo, where Astron 6 raised $82,000. I couldn't find the budget for the entire movie, but judging from their previous work, it's tiny. These guys can make a crazy horror film with excellent creature effects on pennies and dimes compared to Hollywood. Color me impressed.
Well, if you say so.
What are you doing, Evil Andy?
You told me to do this!
It's a figure of speech! Ah, my eye! If you're a fan of low-budget 1980s horror movies, then you'll get a kick out of The Void. The first half is like John Carpenter's The Thing, and the second half is like Clive Barker's Hellraiser. Although you can tell which films inspired the directors, The Void is still its own beast. Unlike Astron 6's other horror movies, they ditched the humor and focus on suspense, dread, and gore. The plot was unpredictable with a twist or two. I wasn't sure what the hell I was going to see next, and it may require a second viewing. Although the story does hinge on a series of coincidences consisting of the usual horror movie cliches. The phones don't work! The radio doesn't work! Why don't they just do this or that?
What the hell is going on with the lights?
Is it perfect? No, but there's a lot to love, and I was pleasantly surprised. Why haven't I seen a trailer for this? Why wasn't this playing at a theater anywhere near me? Where's the marketing? I hope that word of mouth will be good to this movie, because it could be a cult classic. So, should you avoid the void? No, in fact, I would say seek this one out. I know that I'll be adding it to my collection. This has been Andy, the Maniacal Cinephile.
Thanks for watching.
And see you next time.